Before I decided to leave my flying career and retire from being an overseas worker, I made sure that I have a passive source of income when I finally go back home. By the way, I have been working overseas for the past 12 years. At alam ko yung feeling na ang tagal-tagal mo nang nagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa pero wala ka pa ring naiipon at naiipundar. It was a bit difficult for us to budget and save a part of our income since nagpapadala din ako sa Pinas every month. Talking about emergencies, birthdays, anniversaries, and how about those times na umuwi ako sa Pinas? There's always like a party every time. It is too easy to say for others that when you have a high income, marami ka na ring na-save. But it is not always the case. You definitely need to discipline yourself and be consistent with setting aside a budget. It is also important to keep reminding yourself of your goals. What am I here for? Do I really want to be an OFW forever? I am blessed since I have the opportunity to go home almost every month, depending on my schedule. But sometimes I prefer not to do so to keep myself from spending. Gastos kasi. We bought a piece of land somewhere around 2017 in Dumaguete, our hometown. It used to have a population of approximately 135,000 people during the pandemic, and it has been increasing since then. When I was a child, I've always wanted to have an apartment someday. My husband and I also bought 2 low-cost townhouses in our hometown before we got married. One of each para safe in case maghiwalay. This is a 3-unit, 2-bedroom apartment, small and simple. We also just moved here and there are still a lot of rearrangements to make. Nevertheless, it is home. Like any other OFW, saving has always been a challenge as we usually end up spending the money that we've set aside. By the way, I used to work in Singapore for about 1.5 years as an executive assistant in an oil and gas company. But sadly, I was not able to save even a single penny. Dumating din yung time na ang budget ko is for food and transport na lang ang natitira just to survive. Puros bayad ng utang ang lahat ng sweldo ko kasama na dun ang padala ko buwan-buwan sa family ko. And then, I joined Qatar Airways in 2012 as a flight attendant. At akala ko makakapag-ipon na ako doon since wala na kaming masyadong binabayaran and medyo malaki na din yung sinasahod ko doon. Yun pala, tumaas din ang lifestyle namin. For 2 years, di ko alam saan napupunta ang pera ko. Gastos dito, gastos doon. Pero, pinagta-travel ko din yung parents ko halos every year at proud naman ako doon. But when I turned 28, that's when I realized I'm not getting younger any longer. And I have to make a move. Medyo napapagod na din kasi ako eh. Have started reading books about financial literacy, and that's when I began investing in the stock market. And from then on, I made sure that I'll put aside 20% of my net income every month. For 7 years, I consistently invested my money without fail. Then pandemic came. I realized that you can lose everything in just one event. I was also getting scared of losing my job since 3 of my close friends also got redundant during that time. We were also on our first year of marriage around that moment when we decided to aggressively save and pay off our home mortgage for the 2 houses. The one thing that pandemic taught me is that it also reminded me of my goal to have an apartment. I knew we have to make it happen. I started setting a budget for the apartment and calculated the amount of time we could pay it off. And I am proud to say that we didn't take a loan from the bank, as we wanted to make it as one of our sources of income when we finally moved back home. But it wasn't an easy journey when we started building it, as our budget needed to be stretched. I was glad though that I had other sources of income, as I was also selling bags and watches from other countries and sell it either in the Philippines or in Qatar. That income also helped us continue to live a normal life and be able to consistently send money home. It was difficult, but we made it. So here's my advice from a retired OFW. Our time away from families can never be replaced with money, and your health is more important as you age. Do not wait for too long before realizing your dream, because I am sure that someday you still want to go back home and enjoy your retirement. And when you're ready, and if that time comes, I hope it's not yet too late. Thanks for watching.